Hello, welcome to my Wicked vlog. It's a Wicked day. It's reading and it's going to see the movie and it's eating. It's everything. It's pink and green, everything. So I'm starting the vlog tonight. It's Sunday night. I have my green pajamas on. I have a peppermint tea, which, you know, peppermint, the leaves are green. This is like yellow, but same, it's okay. And as part of my Wicked day, I wanted to do, like, obviously I'm gonna go see the movie, and I wanted to read a book. Like, I searched online, if you like Wicked, you'll like, and this book came up. Like, there were obviously a few different lists I read, and this is the one that sounded most interesting to me. This is Forest of a Thousand Lanterns by Julie C. Dow. And, oh, it's a series, A Rise of the Empress novel. So I'm going to read to you the synopsis, and I'm going to start reading it. And then you're just going to be with me all day tomorrow while I do my Wicked-themed day. I'm just going to eat pink and green food. Well, not exclusively pink and green food, but everything will have like a pink and green theme. I have a bottle of rosé in the fridge. I was gonna make ice cream. I still might make ice cream. I don't know if we'll get that far. We shall see. But anyway, let's start with this book. So, 18-year-old, I guess, is that YA? I think it is. Maybe not. 18-year-old Shifeng. It's Xifeng. I'm saying she. Shifeng is beautiful. The stars say she is destined for greatness, that she is meant to be Empress of Fenglu, but only if she embraces the darkness within her. Growing up as a peasant in a forgotten village on the edge of the map, Shifeng longs to fulfill the destiny promised to her by her cruel aunt, the witch Guma, who has read the cards and seen glimmers of Shifeng's majestic future. But is the price of the throne too high? Because in order to achieve greatness, she must spurn the young man who loves her and exploit the callous magic that runs through her veins. Sorcery fueled by eating the hearts of the recently killed. Okay. For the god who has sent her on this journey will not be satisfied until his power is absolute. Set in an East Asian-inspired fantasy world filled with both breathtaking pain and beauty, Julie C. Dow's reimagining of the evil queen legend from Snow White possesses all the hallmarks of masterful fantasy. Dazzling magic, heartbreaking romance, and a world that hangs in the balance. Fans of The Wrath and the Dawn, Stealing Snow, and Red Queen, which I just read, will devour this stunning debut. Okay, this is her debut. Awesome. Penguin Teen. Okay, so yeah, I think this is classified as a YA. Let's read a little bit about Julie C. Dow. Here she is. Can you see? I hope I'm filming her. A proud Vietnamese American who was born in upstate New York. She studied medicine in college, but came to realize blood and needles were her kryptonite. By day, she worked in science, news, and research. By night, she wrote books about heroines unafraid to fight for their dreams, which inspired her to follow her passion of becoming a published author. Good for her. She lives in New England. Well, good for you, Julie. All right, I'm going to start reading this, and this is going to be a reading vlog, so I'll obviously tell you how it is as I go. And so I will see you in the next clip. Okay, I read the first chapter, and my first impression is I like it. The writing is nice. There's not much to say except that just based off of what I read from the synopsis and the first chapter, I like that the character's going to be a little bit dark, and, you know, she might make the wrong decisions or she might make the selfish decisions, but that just makes it a bit more realistic compared to, well, if you've watched any of my videos where I talk about main female characters of these fantasy novels, they're so righteous and so independent, and it just makes them super bratty. And I want to read a book where a character is just more real about their dark side or making the wrong decision or the selfish decision, especially an 18-year-old, right? Like an 18-year-old that grew up in poverty, yeah, she's gonna make some decisions that wouldn't necessarily be like the moral thing to do, and that's realistic. And so I'm looking forward to reading that kind of story. And yeah, we'll see where it goes. And I'm just gonna paint my nails now. Luckily, my December color is this dark green. I don't know if you can see it nicely with this lighting. This is Sally Hansen. The color is Serene Green, and it's just like a really dark, like emerald kind of forest green for Christmas. And luckily it's also for Wicked. So I'm gonna put this on now. Carlos and I are gonna watch the rom-com on Netflix called Champagne Problems, and then I'll go to bed. So the next time you'll see me will be in the morning when I'm reading more of my book. Good morning. It's the next day. Carlos and I did watch Champagne Problems, but we have 20 minutes left. We didn't finish it, and it's really cute. I don't think it's gonna be, well, I don't know, maybe it will be like in the Christmas movie rotation. We'll see how it ends, I guess. I've read 6 chapters of Forests of a Thousand Lanterns, and I really like it. It is, fairy tale vibes because it's fantastical. It's an adventure. So like Shifeng just left with Wei to go to the Imperial City, and there's the fate destiny aspect of it. So she says that she loves Wei, but she can't get those words out because she knows that he's not in her future, so she doesn't want to lead him on, but she is leading him on. And right now they've met other people on their way to the Imperial City, and they're talking about the other lands. And I love that, the travel aspect of it, and learning about different lands and meeting different people and learning about the landscape and things like that. So I'm really enjoying the book. I'm glad I'm not going to DNF it. Well, not yet, at least. Charlie is magically still sleeping. It's 8:20. I woke up at 20 to 7. So I'm just going to keep reading. I have my breakfast here. I have my green tea, for Wicked. The radioactive green tea that I got from Cornelia Bean. And my breakfast is, because I want everything to be like pink and green themed as much as I can. So I have this leftover apple and pear, which is meant to be like the green and pink, some Boursin cheese and bread. And then I just have some chicken bone broth on the stove I'm heating up. I think in the land of, what's the land called in Wicked? I guess Emerald City Munchkin Land. I don't know, Oz, of course. Duh. In Oz, they must be vegetarian, right? Because the animals are people, they're friends, they're colleagues, they're coworkers. So I imagine they're all vegetarians in Oz. And I looked up online, what food do they eat in the movie to, get inspiration for the menu for today. And there was no food in the movie. There's the one scene in the cafeteria in the first Wicked, but you can't tell what's on their plate. And Ariana Grande, she's eating with a fork and a knife, but I stand by the fact that they're vegetarian, unless the movement to oppress the animals turns them into carnivores. But anyway, so I'm gonna try to have a vegetarian day, which is very unlike me. but we'll see how it goes. I guess that's it for now. I'll check in when I read more or we're on the next Wicked themed thing. Okay, I'm going to have Wicked on this morning while I do whatever I have to do. I'm going to make the base for my mint chocolate chip ice cream. You know, I have to clean up the kitchen, I have to vacuum, just get ready for the day. So I'll watch Wicked while I do that. And yeah, that's just, I always have these clips like, and like I'm gonna say more. I don't need to say more. I can cut it at that. I'm watching Wicked while I get ready in the morning. Done. Okay, I am ready for my Wicked day. Did a pink lip. I have just a white long sleeve tee to match my pink pants. You can see my nails that I did last night. Normally, I'm against wearing sweatpants in public, but it's like the only like really pink thing that I have, and I'm going to the movies, so what does it really matter? I did my hair in a braid for Elphaba. She wears her hair in a braid sometimes, and plus it's just easiest for me. And of course I have my Wicked hat that I will be sporting all day. There we go. Ready. And I got to the part where Fiyero gets to the school. And, you know, I didn't find him that sexy and hot in Bridgerton, but in this movie, I just love him so much. And one of my favorite scenes is his scene in the library, so I'm gonna watch that scene and then I'll leave. Okay, I will see you probably at the movies. It's 11:45 on a Monday, and I get to go see Wicked for Good all by myself. I'm so excited! I have my popcorn, I have my sparkling water, I have my Mr. Big Bar from Halloween that I took from Athena's. That's the only Halloween candy I kept of hers, and I was saving it specifically for today. It's gonna be so amazing! Done. It was good. And I didn't enjoy as much as I enjoy the first one. The first one is definitely like 10 out of 10, and this one was good. It's nice to wrap up the story. And yeah, nothing much else to say. Okay, here is supper. Trying to do the pink and green theme. This is the rosé I opened for tonight, and it leans more orange than pink, but it is a rosé, so it counts. We have pickles. I got the cranberry and black pepper Boursin cheese, which also looked, you know, a lot more pink on the box, the picture of it. It's okay. And then I have a baked brie with the IKEA lingonberry jam, which is of course more red, but you get the idea. And Carlos for himself, well, I guess for both of us, he was planning on cooking lamb tonight, so he is barbecuing lamb. Even though I was supposed to do a vegetarian day, I'm gonna have some lamb because I think this will go really well with this wine. If you have this wine where you live, I think you should get it. It's not a sipping rosé, it's a food rosé, but it is really good. It's like, it has so much character. It's just so different, and I really, really like it. I'm gonna look up the tasting notes now to learn a bit about it. And I did buy some sushi that was supposed to be lunch, but I just wasn't hungry from all the popcorn. So, you know, I had like the salmon sushi, like green and pink. Wasabi was green to add a little more green to it. And I did make my mint chocolate chip ice cream, so I will bring that out later to show you. So yeah, Carl's and I are gonna have supper, and then we're gonna go pick up the kids. I did read more of Forest of a Thousand Lanterns. They were in the forest, and they were attacked, trying to be assassinated, and then these Tengaru came. They're like these demons that guard the forest. So it is very magical, very fantastical, but very like it's an adventure story as well. It's good. So yeah, I will see you when I'm eating the ice cream. This was the leftover from the machine that didn't fit in the tub. So it's a very, very light green mint chocolate chip. I did it the way like Carlos prefers it, when I kind of just like chop the chocolate chips up and leave it quite chunky, or the bar of chocolate, whatever I'm using. But I like it when like I melt the chocolate on the stove first, and then I pour the melted chocolate into the ice cream machine, and then you get like the really small like chocolate flakes inside. It's so good. And I think, so this mint ice cream is made with just like mint / peppermint extract. And this summer, I made a mint chocolate chip ice cream with real mint. Like you had to like boil the mint leaves in the chocolate in the milk and then let it steep for an hour. And Carlos, who does not like mint and chocolate mixed together, really liked that ice cream just because it tasted so much more. It's like fresh and real. And normally I think I would like something that tastes more fresh and real, but I think just because, you know, as a kid you eat the really green food coloring fake extract ice cream, that's what I grew up to love. And so I do like the extract more than the real thing. But I told Athena I would make her mint ice cream with honey. So maybe I'll use the real mint leaves for that, and that would probably actually taste really nice. So maybe we'll make that tomorrow. Good morning. It is 2 days later since I last saw you. It's Wednesday morning, and I was up at 4. Charlie woke me up at 4, and I couldn't fall back asleep. So it's now 6:30. I just caught up on a lot of YouTube videos, and now I'm gonna read. And I really wanted to give an update on this book. I think my original plan was that the Wicked vlog was going to end in the last clip with like me eating my Wicked in green and pink meal. But I really like this book, and I think that I should just continue this vlog as a bit of a reading vlog. Okay, I have a few things to say about this, and that's why I'm here with you this morning. So I'm now on page 130, and I just wanted to go back. Okay, I have like a few notes here. Let me just like reread that, and then I'll hop back on. Okay, there are a lot of things to unpack from this book. Okay, so first, we're going to talk about how when she was talking to the Tengaru queen, the like horse demon protector of the forest, you know, they talk about how she's divided. She has two sides within her, and she asks like, so the queen says, "You have two faces. Two beings live within you, struggling for control. One has a heart that thrives in darkness and feeds on the pain of weaker souls. The other longs to stretch a hand to the light, to live and love as others do. Have you never sensed this?" And she has, like, we've seen her internal dialogue, so we know that she has felt that. And then she questions, like, but warriors kill every day. Like, why are they not divided? And the queen just double downs and says, like, there's something in you that's not in other people. And my question then is like, well, was she born with it, or did it come to her? And I think that it came to her. I don't think she was born with it. Between Guma, her aunt, and then I guess like the fates, the gods, I think that whatever is inside of her, because the way it's described, the imagery is like it's a snake, like a like creature inside of her. And so, I mean, it's kind of the classic like devil and angel scenario that all humans deal with, but this one is just more there's an actual creature, an actual thing inside of her. And then again, near in the same conversation with the queen, she asks her, like, so Shifeng says, I need to be more than what I am. And the queen says, you can be without taking this murky passage set before you. Your Guma wants wealth and power, but that's not why you want to be empress. What is your reason for wanting such a cage? And they use the word cage, which I think is really important, because then she says, a cage protects. It sets apart what is inside. I want to mean something to a great deal of people. I'm tired of being no one. As empress, I would have the right to choose for myself. Guma could not command me, and Wei would not own me. But like the fact that they're talking about her being in a cage means she still wouldn't have her freedom, and she still wouldn't have the freedom to choose. Really, in fact, her being a no one, you being a no one, does give you a lot of choice in a sense, because if she's empress, like a good empress is not making decisions for herself, she's making decisions for her people, and she's making a lot of sacrifices for her people. So it's just really good themes, and so much to unpack, so much to think about in this book. I like this author's writing. I thought I made another note that I'm just looking for here. Yeah, like she's saying here, like my life would have a purpose and I would do anything for that, being the empress. And the Tangaro queen says, how quick you are to throw aside the blessings you already have. But you are young, you will learn and regret, as we all do. And it's so true. It's so true. But that's what makes this book good, is we're starting out like this origin story of Shifeng, and we see her battling with good and bad. We see her, like, as an 18-year-old does, like they're ambitious, almost ambitious at no costs. They have these dreams for the future, and maybe unrealistic dreams for the future. So I appreciate that this book is like, it's just true to the character and her age. Like she says, like, what blessings do you speak of? The truest love and friendship rarely come to those in power. The demon queen says, da 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 da. So anyway, and then, you know, as I read further into the book, I came to the part where Wei finally gets it, like, she's never gonna choose me, we're never gonna be together the way I want, and he leaves her. And in that chapter 16, when they're going back and forth, she has a really hard time of letting him go, because she doesn't love him, and selfishly she wants him around, she wants him for herself, and she also thinks, like, he's entwined in my destiny, and if he leaves, it may not be fulfilled, like I may not become empress. And yeah, she's being selfish about it, and she's being horrible to Wei, but she's also kind of being what an 18-year-old in this position would be. Like, I don't, like, yeah, it's so real to me, which I appreciate. Like I've said, I think that's the third time I've said it now. But yeah, so I'm gonna keep reading and keep you updated. I don't think there's any more Wicked theme things for this vlog. It's just gonna be the rest of this book, but it's exciting. It's exciting finding a series that you really like, a new fantasy series, like getting wrapped up in a new world. I'm really happy reading this book, and I mean, that's why we read, right? It's awesome. Again, I have to stop here and read a section of the book to you to take a note. So she is in the Imperial Palace now. She was shown to a room, and she has her sack. And she's going to her sack, and she finds like a tin of incense and the bamboo holder. she's like, okay, my aunt knew all along that I was planning on leaving. And she says, for a moment, with the scent seeping back into her skin, the scent of the incense, Shifeng felt as though she had never left Guma behind at all. And that's trauma. Like, Guma is trauma. Guma was her abusive, extremely abusive in many ways aunt. And of course she's going to carry her aunt with her for the rest of her life. Like, that is what trauma does. And, you know, that's like something else I love about books is like, as an author, you write a story, then your readers find things that you may not have even intended of putting in there, and how people will interpret your book versus how you may have felt when you're writing it. It's so cool. And I just love how this author writes with all of the imagery, and, you know, instead of just outrightly saying she has so much trauma she's going to carry with her the rest of her life, it's depicted in this struggle, this love and hate that she has for her aunt. You know, previously in the book, she said, like, I should hate her, but she doesn't. There's still a part of her that, I don't know if loves her is the right word, but clings to her and desires her approval. And yeah, that's probably exactly how that type of relationship would be in real life, like a child growing up under this really strict, abusive woman who is training her to be someone. It reminds me of Jenny is her name. I'm Glad My Mother Died. That book, which I think I gave 5 out of 5. I really like. That was a book I read so fast you couldn't put it down. And it's like, your mother's your abuser, but you still love her. It's, yeah, that's what this is with the aunt. Anyway, had to pause and tell you about that piece. So I've done it. I finished the book. It's been a week since last Monday, and I went to see Wicked. I finished the book this morning. I did a physical copy and I had an audiobook from the library. And you know what's funny is when I'm listening to the physical copy, I don't ever really take any notes. I'm just like listening to the book, and I'm not, I guess, absorbing it as much as when I'm reading. Like, you know, I feel like there was a big chunk I listened to, and then the last 70 pages I read this morning, and I thought I had marked 2 things. Maybe only one? No, yeah, I did mark 2 things. So I'm going to tell you about these 2 little notes, and then I'll talk about my score, and if it is anything, like if fans of Wicked would like this book. So the Emperor June says, sorry, okay, hang on, let me find. Okay, I'll have to pause and find it. Okay, he says, the hard decisions make us great. They make us who we are. And I think there's a lot of truth to that. I think people in positions of power, that's part of the job, is making really hard decisions. And if you're unable to make those hard decisions, then you're never gonna like rise to the occasion. So, you know, this author just has so many little like one-liners like that ring true, and just give so much credit to this book, to this story, to the situation the characters find themselves in, to the characters themselves. Like, their integrity is compromised, as it would be like in the real world. And then the other note I had was okay, so Empress Liwa, she says, I am the mother of a daughter I have wished for endlessly. We've been apart for all my life, dearest one, but now you've made my existence complete. And I resonate with that so much. I feel like I can't remember, like, I want to take credit for saying this, but I don't think I did say this. I think I heard this somewhere, and then that's how I felt when I was pregnant with Athena. And I didn't know Athena was going to be a girl. I just, like, when I was pregnant, I felt like I can't wait to meet this baby. I feel like I've waited my whole life to meet this baby. And when Athena was born, like, that's just, for me, that's how motherhood has felt. Like, I've waited all of my life to meet these kids, and my life is complete now that they're here. Maybe not complete, like, I still feel like there's more for me in this life, and there's more to do in this life, and there's more purpose in this life. But having Carlos as my husband, and then having Athena and Charlie, like, it does complete my life in a way. And it's just, I mean, I guess technically I feel the same way about Carlos and about Athena. Like, I've waited my whole life to meet you. I guess, like, when you're little, you have expectations of what your life is going to be, or, you know, you could even go down, like, the road of, like, you're told of how your life is supposed to be, and a part of that, living in Canada, is, like, you are going to find a husband and you are going to have kids. And, you know, whether that was culturally put upon me, or that's actually what I wanted, or it's just God's plan for me, whatever it is, that's how I feel. It's like I've waited my whole life to meet these people, to meet Carlos, to meet my husband, to meet my kids, and my life is so much better with them in it. And so that resonated with me a lot. And then there was, like, a really weird, maybe it's not weird, and maybe it's supposed to make me feel uncomfortable, but this serpent god that is, like, inside of her, this evil spirit, he is kind of like this lord of, like, I don't know if it's, like, the underworld or an underworld, and he orchestrated her birth because he was a consort of hers. Like, I'm really confused. Like, was she from the underworld and then he brought her to the earth? Or he orchestrated her birth in the sense that, like, he created a baby to work through. Anyway, they said, like, he's your father, your lover, and your God, or something like that. And I just, like, putting father and lover in the same freaking sentence is really effing weird. But maybe that's the point. It's supposed to be, like, effing weird, and he's supposed to be, like, her creator and her God, and also, like, her love. I don't know. Anyway, the final score is 5 out of 5. I found a 5 out of 5 read. Thank you, Julie. This was so great. I, of course, want to finish the series, but cannot do that now. I think in the new year, maybe I'll do, like, a challenge of finishing all my unfinished series. And whoop, I dropped you. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's okay. Would fans of Wicked like this? I think yes. I think this was a really great recommendation. I think, you know, we see how Shi Feng, like, started out, like, normal, like, trying to be good, but seduced by power, by darkness, and how she turns into this villainous character. And it's fantastical and magical, and, you know, the way the settings and the clothing is described is, like, beautiful, just how, like, the Wicked movie is. Yeah, I mean, I guess Elphaba, I've heard that, so, like, in The Wizard of Oz, like, the Wicked Witch is, like, she is wicked, but then in the novel that was written in the 90s, she is, like, starts out kind of, like, good, but then does turn wicked. Not as wicked as in The Wizard of Oz. And then in the musical, she starts out good and then turns wicked, but, like, not really that wicked. And then in the movie, it's like, did she even turn wicked at all? Like, anyway, I do. It's green and pink. Like, I mean, yes, if you like Wicked, I think you are going to like this book. So I do recommend. And that's it. I should wrap this up. Who knows how long this is going to be. I cannot make a vlog under 30 minutes for the life of me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for hearing me chit chat. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.